Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's YunKs. Today, I'll be showing you guys 77 Wizard. This is a fusion rifle that I got as an endgame crucible drop. This is a vanilla crucible vendor fusion rifle. Back when the game first released, this was the vendor crucible fusion rifle. They did bring this back through the Rise of Iron. Brings back some memories, that's for sure. Anyway, let's just quickly go over the perks that I have on this thing. So for the sights, I run red dot ORS1. We have rangefinder. Aiming this weapon increases its effective range. In the middle, we have lightweight +2 agility. Hand laid stock, increased ability, reduced range, and feather mag, faster reload, reduced mag. So I'm gonna go hand laid stock for that increased ability. If this thing had brace frame, it would be perfect for me, but unfortunately it doesn't. But it's okay though. Knee pads slide further while this weapon is equipped. So not bad perks on this thing, not bad. Now before we get into it, I do want to mention this is a low charge rate, high impact fusion, very similar to Dark Blade Spite. Anyway, let's take a look at the aesthetics. It's so beautiful. Let's just get right into the gameplay. So, 77 Wizard versus the Ultra Knight for the DPS test. It took me 5 shots to put him down, having to reload once, that reload clocking in at about 2.5 seconds long, each projectile dealing 1030 damage, and there are 7 projectiles per burst, so each burst in total dealing 7210 damage, and it took me 8.9 seconds to kill him. Alright, we're moving right along into PvP, and 77 Wizard will deal 50 damage per projectile, so that means you're gonna have to land at least 4 in order to kill your enemy. If the enemy does have higher armor on, you probably will need to land 5 projectiles in order to kill them. And that is really when stability comes into play. The more stability you have on your fusion, the tighter the projectile spread is going to be, and that is because your fusion rifle will have a lot less recoil and bounce due to the higher stability, therefore making your projectile spread a lot tighter. I can't stress stability enough on fusion rifles. This is why I go with hand laid stock on this 77 Wizard, but even with the extra stability, it still has a bit of a kick to it. It's gonna want to kick a little up and to the right for the most part. This fusion rifle is actually a little more inconsistent than most fusion rifles that I've used, at least due to my experiences. It's gonna want to kick a tad bit up and to the right, so I will usually aim a little down and to the left of my enemy depending on the range. And my suggestion to you, if you do have a 77 Wizard, mess around with it, learn its recoil, because like I said, it did seem fairly inconsistent, at least for me. So just learn the recoil on your 77 Wizard and adjust your shots accordingly. Alright, enough of that. Let's talk a little bit about the low charge rate and the high impact on this thing. So, it's pretty damn powerful, that's for sure, but you're gonna have to deal with the slow charge rate. So, exactly how long is the charge rate? How long are you gonna be sitting there charging this for before you are able to shoot it? Well, 0.9 seconds is the charge time on this thing, almost a second long, so you're really gonna have to anticipate your enemy's movements. You're really gonna have to predict when and where they're gonna be, and just really charge that thing up beforehand. Charge it around corners and hope you get lucky, because if you do try and charge this out in the open in front of the enemy, there is a good chance they could kill you before you can even get your shot off. Of course, this does not necessarily make this a bad fusion rifle. You just basically have to outplay and outsmart your enemy while using this thing, and it can definitely be deadly. It certainly has potential in the right hands, and I actually had a lot of fun while using 77 Wizard. Anyway guys, go ahead and leave in the comments, do you have a 77 Wizard yet? And if you do, what do you think of it and what perks are on yours? Overall, like I said, I had a lot of fun using 77 Wizard in the Crucible. I didn't have a problem putting enemies down with this thing. Despite the inconsistencies that I talked about throughout this video, it still wasn't significant enough to actually change my gameplay and hinder my performance. All in all, just a great time that I had with 77 Wizard. Anyway guys, that's pretty much gonna wrap this one up. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video, and go ahead and leave a sub if you haven't already if you want to see more weapon reviews similar to this one. I'm always covering weapons here in Destiny. Anyway guys, I will see you next time.